Good morning. What is a routine? What is a habit that you have been kind of putting off for a little while that would make a massive difference in your life? Something that you were working towards, that you were actually seeing some traction with, and now you're not. Is it morning? Is it making mornings fantastic and making sure that you're up early and getting your mind right in the mornings? Is it time blocking, where you set aside a certain amount of time on a consistent basis, hopefully daily, for the most important tasks in your business or for the certain people that are important in your lives? Is it maybe something different? Is it maybe exercise, sleep, how your eating patterns are? What is it for you that would make the biggest difference? I'm going to encourage you today, and this is the action step, to re-engage with something that you know is going to help you. So much of the time, people get frustrated because they try something and they fail at it. That they try it for a little while and they kind of fall off the wagon, or is what people call it often the time, in time. But legitimately, that's part of the process. Part of the process of learning and getting that routine really down pat is the failure, is the falling and getting back up. That falling and getting back up actually does amazing things for your brain. The failures teach you certain things, and the successes teach you other things. This is an imperative part of learning the process. In research done that shows people who developed good habits, who got routines, who changed habits well, they found that the average person takes about 7 failures before they really get it. That's the average. It doesn't mean that's 7 for everyone. For some people, it was 2 or 3 times. Some people, it was like 18 or 20. It depends on the task. It depends on a lot of things. But legitimately, know that it takes more than once. And here's one reason why it's so important for our brain to get this. When we fail at something, so let me think of an example for myself. Sugar, chocolate. For me, that's kind of a weak spot for me. It has been in the past, where I am motivated by sugar, especially if I'm in times of stress. I will go back to sugar, and that's not good for me. It's not healthy for me. It's not good for my psyche. It's not good for my body, or even my emotions in the moment. Sugar is terrible for all of those things. So I've tried at different times, and I've been successful at different times with stopping eating sugar. And this is what I find. If I fail and I go start eating sugar, I get into a routine of eating sugar again, I find that I'm miserable. I find that I'm really frustrated. And the difference with the break of success is that before, the first time when I was growing up, early 20s, whatever it was, and I thought, oh, like this is just normal, I was feeling like garbage, but I didn't pay attention to that. When I had the break and started feeling good and going, hey, I really like this, and then went back to sugar, I realized I'm miserable right now. I'm not feeling good. I'm sleeping more. I'm more lethargic. My bowels are like, everything is off in my body. And every time I failed and then went back to the routine, I realized this is so much better. And our brains need the failure to relearn how awful it is to do something. So I haven't had a soft drink, like a Coca-Cola or a pop, in a very long time. Actually, that's not true. I had one at a friend's house a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, I've probably gone like 4 or 6 months without drinking a Coca-Cola or a pop or something like that. And the brilliance of that is that every time I fail now, and I wouldn't even call it failure. So like 2 weeks ago when I had a soft drink, I tried it, and it just reminded me, this doesn't taste incredible. Like, it was okay, but it didn't taste as good as I remember all these soft drinks tasting, so that helps my brain a little bit. It helps with the future habit. It also helps that I didn't feel all that great afterwards. It didn't quench my thirst. It didn't do these things that it's supposed to do, or that it's advertised to do, right? Those all help me for the future. Because what happens is we forget how awful or how good a situation in the past has been. And we need to remember those things. So we fail, we fall off the wagon, whatever it is, and we realize how awful it is in a relationship or with exercise or whatever is the habit, right? Morning routines. And then we go back to it and go, this is so fantastic. Those reminders are part of the process of learning how important it is to do that. And so that we don't just think, oh, this is a good thing to do, but we believe it inside that this is something imperative for me. And when you're at that point with a habit, when you're at that point with a routine, you've got it. And you're not, that is now your norm. Instead of the other pattern being your norm, even if you've done the other pattern for 20, 30, 40 decades of your life, right? Here's what I encourage you to do. And it's going to be what I said right at the beginning of the video. What is a habit, what is a routine that you know is good for you, you know is going to make a big difference for you? If you're not sure, I'm going to suggest one of two. I'm going to suggest either make sure your mornings are strong, your morning routine, get your mind in the right place, or time block. Get in the most important part of the day where you're clearest, get the most important tasks done for your family or your business. Focus on the thing that you haven't been doing for a little bit that you need to get back into your routine of, and just take those next steps. Develop a quick plan right now for the next 2-3 minutes on what are the first steps you're going to take. Build some accountability, do whatever you need to help yourself. As you do this, it will change your day and your week, and it's going to reemphasize how important this is for you. Enjoy your day.